weather was below freezing, and with a fresh layer of snow from the previous day, I decided it would be a great day to go outside. I think it's important to push yourself to do some uncomfortable things, and in this case, for me, it was the cold weather that was the obstacle. However, I knew that I would enjoy the experience and I would be glad to go outside. The views were great, and the sun was out, and the temperature was brisk, but it wasn't a forefront on my mind. My goal was ducks. They are always in a certain area that I often go to, and sure enough, they were there. I have two things I want to get better at. One is drawing from life, and the other is bird photography, and ducks are a great option to do so. I sat down to get comfortable, and some more flew in, but I didn't get that. But I got some video of them having some fun behavior afterwards. I started sketching, trying to get in those basic shapes. It's definitely difficult with a live animal as they are constantly moving, but here I start with a female duck that was sitting on the edge. I then moved on to a male mallard with the same idea of using basic shapes first. After seeing the basic shapes, I then add a bit more detail and refining that sketch by looking up and down from my paper and the subject. My drawing session was drawn short as I had an encounter with a big dog that was super excitable, but it was pushing me around while I was sitting down. My sketchbook got snow all over my page and the ink bled. It put a damper on my mood, so I ended up leaving and not completing my sketches in real life. However, I decided not to have it change the course of my day. An attitude switch, while oftentimes difficult, is something that can totally change how one reacts. I didn't want to feel bad, and there were still positives from what happened. I got to practice my bird photography and got some photos I liked, and I was able to go outside and draw. I went back to my place and decided to paint over them with gouache instead of the typical watercolor that I like to use in my journals. I started with the male birds that I sketched, using the sketch that was still there, which was good. It's super fascinating seeing the different variations in the color of a mallard duck's head, from the green to a purple based on the lighting. I then added some color to the female duck in the top right corner. To add more distinct lines to the ducks, I added line art and then went in with some highlights with a white acrylic pen. I add my notes at the very end, from things that I noticed to questions that I have. This is the finalized page. I had a good time painting over my sketches, and overall, it was a good experience. My change of attitude was everything, and it really shows the power of being able to alter your own perspective. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments below if you enjoyed this video format, and I will see you all in the next video.